Welcome to the channel, and today we'll be talking about a song that released in 2010 that still sounds fresh in 2019 and features Eminem. That's All She Wrote. The song appeared on T.I.'s 2010 album No Mercy, and today we'll be breaking down the best beats of Eminem's verses on the song. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications, and now let's dive right into it. The song starts with a chorus, and the structure of the chorus on this song is not something we see often in hip-hop these days, which is sad. T.I. is fine with getting called names as long as bro is not one of them, and is well aware of the affairs on the street, which remains cold. T.I. describes this as streets like cold Chicago, which is a play on the fact that Chicago is known for its cold weather and also a high rate of violence on the streets, so the streets are cold both figuratively and literally. Eminem's verse on this one is cold and ruthless like the streets of Chicago, and Eminem's verse can be accurately described as anti-gynocentric. He's ruthless and doesn't miss an opportunity to play on words that stress this.
Night's over, goodbye, oh, I thought that I told you that spilled nut ain't nothing to cry over.
Eminem here is playing on the saying don't cry over spilled milk, but here Eminem replaces milk with spilled semen, to imply that the female shouldn't expect him to stick around with her just because they had sex. It's too late now for her to change her decision, but he's already hit it and has no intention of staying with her. Notice the wordplay on nothing, which is pronounced like nothing that connects well with spilled nut. The next bars are an extension of the spilled nut wordplay.
Never should have came within range of my rover, should have known I was trouble soon as I rolled up.
Eminem here is playing on the car brand Range Rover, but using it to imply that the female shouldn't have come close to him since he had trouble written all over his face. Came within range in that bar could also mean come as in orgasm, and his range this time around means his dick. She shouldn't have enjoyed it so much since she should have seen the signs that he wasn't going to stick around, based on his endowment which she saw as soon as he rolled up the condom. Eminem continues by stating that she saw him as an easy target to settle with because he appears to be rich. High roller in that bar is a person who gambles or spends large sums of money, but little did she know that Eminem isn't about sharing his resources, since Fago's Rock and Rye Cola is cheap soda, so although she expected him to be some champagne popping baller initially, Eminem is setting it straight that spending money on her is the equivalent of him throwing money away, which he's not interested in doing. Eminem continues the wordplay about high roller, which is connected to gambling, and adds,
Buy you a bag of Fritos, I would've let you eat the fucking chip on my shoulder.
Fritos in that bar is a brand of corn chips, and notice how chips connect with gambling, but Eminem plays on it here to also mean he's not even willing to spend money to get her cheap junk food, and expands on the wordplay to also mean he's not willing to invest his time to pick a fight with her, hence the bar about how he wouldn't even let her eat the chip on his shoulder. Next bars proved to be the most popular from this song, and even in 2019 you can still see comments about this under the video on YouTube.
If you was bleach and I was hair, I wouldn't die for you.
The first beat of that bar brings a smile to my face anytime I hear this song because of how witty it is. Eminem here is stating that if she existed as bleach in a literal sense and he was the embodiment of her, he still wouldn't change his hair color for her. Furthermore, this is a play on the romantic phrase, die for you. So Eminem has made it clear at this point that regardless of the situation and how obvious it may be, he's not willing to do anything for this female. Overall, this is also a diss aimed at his critics that want him to go back to the old him with bleached hair who did drugs, and Eminem is stating that he's never going back to drugs regardless of how many critics promote the idea that he was better when he was on drugs. He might have the looks of a high roller at the moment, backed up with a net worth of over $200 million, but unlike other rappers, Eminem is not about to shower anyone with money that they didn't earn, including females he's involved with.
Trying to pull $5 from me is like trying to pull 5 molars.
Like I said at the beginning, Eminem is completely ruthless on this song, and the pain of getting molars removed without anesthetics is the same pain he feels when someone tries to get $5 from him that they didn't earn. It makes you wonder Eminem's state of mind when he writes his lyrics, and I had to stop recording for a while as I couldn't stop laughing after the last section. And Eminem ends his first verse with this is also littered with meanings all over the place.
I'm on my straight grizzly, so why would I buy you a gay ass teddy bear, bitch? You're already bipolar.
The first thing you notice is that the wordplay here is centered on bear, a grizzly, teddy bear, and polar bear. Notice how the words straight, gay, and bi here also represent sexual orientations. In these bars, Eminem is using all this to state why it's pointless for him to do anything for her. She's bipolar, which is a disorder characterized by both manic and depressive episodes, but as bi also means having two, she already has two, so why should he have to buy her another? Plus no need for a gay teddy when a bisexual bipolar bear fits your description. The second chorus is different and Eminem sings it this time, and Eminem adds that he's not giving females the privilege to know him since he acts like an outlaw, which Eminem states as roll like a desperado. Eminem's final verse starts, and it doesn't take too long for the meanness to start oozing.
Shirt off my back, I wanna give you the dirt off my handkerchief.
Like I said earlier, Eminem's verse is anti-gynocentric, and this bar shows just that. To give the shirt off your back means to act in a very generous or selfless manner, and in this case to a woman. And Eminem is not having it, good or bad, is not willing to go out of his way to please or displease a female. And since the female is used to acting selfishly, Eminem continues by stating he's giving females like this a dose of their medicine by acting this way. After coming back from hiatus, Eminem has stated that he's going to make every opportunity count, and even on Baby from MMLP2, Eminem claimed that he got this advice from the Grim Reaper, the embodiment of death. With time being precious now, Eminem literally speeds up his verse at this point to get his point across. So now he's spitting twice as fast, increases the amount of insults in the bars by a multiple of 3, and is doing all this at a tenth of the time it will take other rappers to understand what's going on. And by the time they do, they have a pile of more insults to also understand. So in essence, he's not giving them the time of day to even protect themselves against his lyrical assault. And Eminem adds that they may be strong, but he's Stretch Armstrong. For those who don't know, this is Stretch Armstrong, a jail-filled action figure first introduced in 1976 that's extremely, like the name suggests, stretchy and strong. Eminem continues by stating that he still says Kmart as Kmart up to this point despite knowing that it's wrong to pronounce it that way, but apparently since he grew up in Detroit, in those parts it's common to hear people refer to it as Kmart. And Eminem also lets us know that he's the kind of guy that takes a girl to McDonald's on a dinner date. He states that he believes McDonald's is a restaurant, which ties in well with his verses so far on this song with the theme of being cheap, and Eminem ends it with this.
If you're gonna tell me the A&W ain't the spot for the best hot dogs, you can get the F on car.
Eminem may be wrong on two things so far, Kmart pronounced with an S, and considering McDonald's to be a restaurant, but he's positive that at least he's right about A&W being the best spot for hot dogs. A&W is present in 16 countries, so I don't expect many viewers outside North America to know about this fast food chain. And I have a question for you guys. Do you consider McDonald's to be a restaurant? This song is perfect for an evening cruise, and I'd love to know your thoughts on this song. Tell us in the comment section below. And if you'd like to support the channel, donate at the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this. Chaos Kid was feeling resentment and felt left out when Eminem blew up and he couldn't get a hold of him, and many see this as what pushed Chaos Kid to sell the tapes and take part in the interview, although Chaos Kid later stated that his words in the interview were taken out of context by the source.